What's up, everybody? Unrested here, back with another, I guess this is like a JFAQ, but it's kind of just two stories I just kind of wanted to report on because I thought these were just like mind-blowing, kind of mind-blowing. Unfortunately, I don't know the names of the two people involved in these stories. I should know the names of these. Well, one's an actor slash variety show guest that often comes on, and the other one is a very well known, I guess, travel professor who goes around to different campuses, does a lot of talks, and is very well known for being kind of a motivational speaker as well in Japan. The first guy is a very well known motivational speaker in Japan whose name I should know. I see him on posters in high schools all over Japan and junior high schools when I've taught there before. And he's very well known for the fact that he has no arms and no legs. He's in a special wheelchair that allows him to get around. I believe he uses either via mouth control, I believe it's a control that is a tube he can blow air into, and he's really well known for this because he's very successful despite his many handicaps. The fact that he has no arms and no legs obviously is a very hard thing to overcome in this modern world, and he's done it. And he's well known for the fact that he's a high-level professor, and he goes around to multiple schools and does multiple talks just to students to motivate them to say, hey, look, I overcame all these obstacles, and look how far in life I got. Like, I mean, he's super rich, great house, great wife, but just recently it was exposed that he's cheated on his wife 5 different times with 5 different mistresses, which I was just like, what? Like, my wife showed me the picture of him, and it was just like this picture of his face. It like just kind of profile picture of his face, and it was like he's recently been investigated by the news for cheating on his wife 5 different times with everything from, I guess, understudies, interns, secretaries, red light district ladies and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, well, I mean, you hear about this happening all the time in Japanese media with big stars. I mean, it happens in Western too. I mean, movie stars cheating on their wives all the time, or variety show people, or people who are well known in the media. Sometimes they get a little bit of power hunger and feel they can do anything and everything they want, or stardom goes to their head. I mean, Mahatma Gandhi and Martin Luther King, I don't know how many of you guys know this, but they cheated on their wives like non-stop. Same with Einstein too. Cheated on his wife non-stop. But when she zoomed out of the picture, instead of it just being this guy's profile picture of his head, I saw he had no arms and no legs. I was just like, holy shit. Like, I guess one appendage works really good, huh? And you're making mad use of that. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm starting to scare people. I'm getting a little bit too loud on the street here. The other news story is a very famous variety show host who, he's Hafu, and he's well known for the fact that they bring him on for a lot of economics and business talks about either doing your own startup business or how to handle your own financials, or just like simple at-home tricks for housewives to save money and stuff like that, or just dealing with financial crisis in Japan after the bubble burst for the bubble era of Japan. Times have been tough for some people, and he's great at helping people out figure out their finances, or start their own business, or just all different types of economics and financial advice. Well, the reason they always bring him on these shows is because he's known for having all these different degrees and all these different publications and theses and dissertations about money in general, finances, economics in general. I can't go into the specific names because I just don't even know what they are off the top of my head. Even though he is very famous, I'm just, that's not really a thing I'm into watching much about. So, and a lot of those words probably pass way over my head. I don't have much of a Japanese vocabulary in the world of economics. Well, it turns out every single, I guess, what would you say, degree, every single certificate, every single, I don't know what you want to call them, different level PhD, masters, they're all fake. He never got them. He never went to the universities he said he went to. So, I mean, all his advice, sound or not, is not backed up by the degrees that he said he had, which, I don't know, like, I kind of feel bad for the guy because I mean, he was kind of doing an altruistic thing. He was going out of his way to help people with their finances, or like to give these talks about like how to save money. I mean, he was looking out for the future of people's finances on these variety shows for, no cost for the people at home, unless you want to count how much, people pay for the collections of NHK shows, which is like 3,000 yen if you want to pay it, which you're not really forced to. He made a speech where he apologized for everything. He came out and just said, look, I've lied about everything. I should have never done this. And I felt really bad for him. Like, the dude's crying a ton in his speech. I mean, this has affected his family. This has affected his life. This has affected his living. He's got like no shows he can be on anymore. No one wants to have him as guests anymore. Nobody trusts him anymore in the Japanese businesses. I mean, this dude, you want to talk about the definition of losing face. This guy did it. I feel bad for him. So as far as the guy in the wheelchair who has no arms and no legs, his wife came out, and instead, you'd think she's gonna like, reel just from all this attention she just found out. Instead, she just comes out and apologizes and says, I'm sorry, I wasn't a good wife. Which I was like, what? Like, I don't know what kind of pedestal you put this guy on. I understand we can, give him a free pass on some stuff without arms and legs, but dude cheated, handicap or not. It's pretty fucked up that it's 5 times. Whatever, that's just a little bit of news from Japan. I thought I'd hit you guys up with those 2 big stories that are recently released. If you like what you saw here today, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm unrested with the questions you requested. This is JFAQ, Japan's Frequently Asked Questions.